Hi there, my name is Kronenberg and welcome to my channel. This is a film review of The Vengeance of She, a adventure film. Came out in 1968. It's a PG. It's an hour and 41 minutes. IMDb is 4.7 out of 10. I was going to say I watched on DVD, but I can't find the damn DVD box anywhere. So I'm going to read the IMDb reading. Carol, a beautiful young girl, is possessed by Aisha's spirit, who was once the Queen of Kuma. Aisha's spirit gains control over Carol to achieve her malevolent goals. I'll just quickly scroll through to one thing. And it says, although planned as a sequel to Hammer's She, because I've reviewed that one earlier, a last-minute rewrite the script to remove all connections to the early movie. So there you go. It's the opposites. So it's like a remake, basically. The director is Cliff Owen, who directed A Man Could Get Killed. Producer was Ada Young, A-I-D-A, who produced Mousy. And music was by Mario Naskimbene, N-A-S-C-I-M-B-E-N-E, who did the music for Violent Summer. So the cast, we have Olga Skoborova, S-C-H-O-B-E-R-O-V-A, with a little line over it, who was Carol, who was in Lemonade Joe. Edward Judd, who was Philip, who was in The First Men in the Moon, he's on the left. George Sewell, who was Captain Harry Walker, who was in The Detectives, fantastic series if you like comedies. British film, the British series, awesome. Jasper Carrot's in there, and so's I've forgotten his bloody name, the other guy. He's on the right. Derek Godfrey, who was Menhara, who was in Midsummer's Night Dream, and John Richardson, who was Kilcrates, who was in Black Sunday. It was filmed in Almeria, Andalusia, Spain, Monte Carlo in Monaco even, and Elstree Studios in Hertfordshire in England. It's also known as Aisha, Daughter of She, Aisha, the Return of She. In France, it's the Goddess of the Sands. In Germany, it's Young, Blonde, and Deadly. And the working title is She, Goddess of Love. So it starts with a woman in a fur coat, this is Carol, walking in the mountain road. She's in heels, like you do. She's got a song playing in the background, something called She or something. It's just obviously it's that kind of music, you know. And of course she's walking with traffic behind her, which is bad, but okay, there's nothing much there. And then she's picked up by a truck driver, and then you can pretty much guarantee she's not in that truck. The video behind the seat in the window is definitely not inside the truck, if you know what I mean. It's like, yeah, this is back in the 60s. Now, apparently, not apparently, but she's doing well. She's running in this forest with her high heels on for ages. I mean, fair play to women if they can do this. I don't know if they can. Can you run through a forest with high heels? I mean, I assume they normally they break a heel or something. But she runs through this forest for what seems like about 10 minutes, right? And it appears by this tree. And then this dude appears. And then the empty truck, the handbrake slips, and then appears within seconds on the same road that she just happened to be standing by this tree. It's like, okay, you didn't get very far then, so you went in a circle, even though she went downhill. So she's just swam to this yacht in her underwear, again, like you do. It's like, I'll just strip off and just swim over there. But then when she's on the yacht, which hasn't like been for like an hour or two or anything, it's just appeared. She's hiding behind the thing. She's got a bit of wet hair. But her clothes are literally bone dry. It's like, right, yeah, okay. I suppose, in fact, she's bone dry as well. You could say, well, the sun's hitting it, but I think, you know, a few minutes in the sun, yeah, if that's what normally happens to your clothes, then you'd be baked. So the wife of whoever it was, I can't remember now, asked her as they sat around the table, where are you from? And Carol says, Scandinavia. So she says, oh, okay, that's a large place. Anywhere specific? And Carol says, of course. Then the wife just looks like, okay, yeah, right, bit rejected there. It's interesting, though, that the clothing on the yacht fits her like a glove. I mean, it's literally a miracle that the person who got on the boat happened to see the female. Ignore the cat, he's hungry, it's just hit 12. Who just happens to be the exact same, you know, shape and size and everything. Perfect fits, perfect. Shoes perfectly fit and everything else. Fantastic. I can't remember who it was. I think it was George. I don't think I've put George down on here. Oh, no, it's not George Sewell, but George, the character in the film. He says, "There's nothing wrong with my heart," and he says, "Do you want that on your epitaph?" It's because he's just got bad news in his heart. Nothing wrong with my heart. It's fine. George is who's George? George was the guy on the boat. Colin Blakely. Ignore the cat, like I say. He gets very vocal. He's a little turd sometimes. Come here, you little bugger. No, he don't want to go to my hand. He just wants to meow. She's had the best hair in the world. It's literally, this is this same woman, Carol. So she's in the shower. Hair's completely wet. And then she's realised that the yacht's going in the wrong direction. She's like, so she runs upstairs in the robe, and her hair's bone dry and flowing. It's like, wait, what? Literally a few seconds earlier, you were washing it. It was, soapy and all that business. And now it's bone dry, flowing in the wind. It's like, oh, okay. I think every woman wants this hair. And her clothes. That dry instantly. Now, when someone has a heart attack or dies within seconds whilst in the sea, you normally do CPR. Even if you don't know CPR, you have a good go, don't you? You have a bit of a mess around, or you move the heart along and maybe kind of breathe into the mouth. You would kind of do that kind of thing. But no, not this time. What the doctor did is he just checked his heart by ear, lifted his eyelids, and then he says, he's dead. It's like, okay. You might want to choose a different profession there, mate. So she's arrived by bus, new clothes and flat shoes. Where? No idea. She seemed to have found some money from nowhere. In fact, she's even got a handbag. Where did she get that from? Don't know. Anyway, so she stays the night with some dude that can nearly read her mind. It's like, okay, do you not find that weird? Oh, okay, whatever. And then something happened. I'm not going to explain what it was. And then she's walking in the desert with boots on. Where the hell did she get the boots? She's in the middle of nowhere with flat shoes on, speaking to this guy in this house, let's call it. I don't know what it was. And then she's walking in the desert with boots on. You could say she just found them laying on the road, but whatever. Now, I've seen the first film. I reviewed it, so you can go and watch it. I think I'll link it in the end of this video. So just like the first film, the same thing happens, right? So Harry and Phil are in the desert, staggering along. The last drop of water in their canteen. And as usual, they have a choice. Do we keep it in case we find some more water? We might have to filter it, I don't know. Or just chuck it away. Yep, you can guess what they did. Exactly like the first one. It's like, Jesus. Every time Carol's walking, or Phil, or Philip, sees her, this saxophone kicks in. It's like, oh, come on. It's literally like clockwork. The first few seconds you got used to it, but then every time she appeared, oh. Now at least the entrance to the kingdoms had a proper steps compared to the first film. Again, if you see my review, you'll see or maybe hear what I said. They had no steps, but this time they had some steps, but nobody swept them. And you would have thought that all the servants and all the slaves would have swept the stone steps, considering that it knew that their empress is coming along. You would have kind of like cleaned the entrance, wouldn't you? Swept the sand away. But no, apparently not. Just leave that there. I've just seen one of the soldiers knock Phil out. Now, unfortunately, the hilt of his sword, the end bit, not the pointy bit, the bit where you hold it, was a good foot away from his head. So it's like, yeah, I could spot they've hit him. Obviously, you're not going to whack the guy. Hang on a second. No, I'll give you food in a minute. Bugger off. Actually, it's 12:50. Jesus, no, they're starving here. So, you're so close, right, to getting her to walk into this flame. Again, if you see the first film, you'll know what I mean. But you have to walk into a flame, right? And Phil's held at knife point. So he basically can talk her down. What would you do? If it was that important that you needed her to walk through the flame, and bear in mind she's hypnotic at this point, so it doesn't really matter what Phil says. Wouldn't you have killed Phil? Wouldn't you have stabbed him? And then she'd have just walked in without any issues. She'd have just gone, I'm going to walk in with you, Killy Crates, I think his name was. You know, John Richardson. I'm going to walk in there and now I'll become, you know, immortal and all that lot. No, no, just leave him there. Just talk her down. And that bloody saxophone kept kicking in all the time. It's like, sod off. Now, it's an okay film. It's not as good as the first, but it's the same sort of style. Now, I'm going to give it a 4, believe it or not. I kind of enjoyed it. It was a weird film, but no. I mean, I've seen a lot of Hammer films, so there you go. Like I say, you can obviously hear the cat. You can imagine what that's like at 5 in the morning. Anyway, hopefully you've enjoyed watching this film review of The Vengeance of She. Please give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Leave a comments below. Have you seen this film? Have you got a cat that you want to kill? Do you want to strangle him sometimes? Sorry, I'm jumping sideways. I've got plenty of other films in my channel. I've got, like I say, the other version of She, and I've got some other 60s films as well. I can't remember what I've got, but I've got some others. Okay, well, thank you and goodbye.